How do you want to do this, Christian?
Let me see how I can do it.
Make me the host.
Share screen, no. One participant, multiple, advanced sharing options. One participant at a time, multiple participants can share simultaneously. Host only.
How about this? How about you put first Tony's blueprint up on your screen, and we can share your screen, and then you can do the other PDF.
You know, I think you can do it now. Let's see if you see the option below.
Mastermind group.
Excellent.
Christian, besides everything else, you're a whiz. Okay. Anyway, gentlemen, good afternoon. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. I got to get this little thing out of the way, and I'll be good. Okay. I don't know why that's there, but it doesn't matter. You got something? You see that little thing in the middle of the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know how to remove it. Oh, you did.
Okay, good. It's gone. Adios. Anyway, this was Mike Ferry. I have a real fondness for Tony Smith. Okay, he's just like nonstop. And they did blueprints the other day, and this was Tony Prince's blueprint when he first started. And I just wanted to share it with you. And I sent you guys all a copy of it. And he's first thing he did, he always set short-term and long-term goals. He even did his goals for prospecting, which we'll go over later on. He never missed a day of lead generation because he said any day that you're not generating leads, you're not in the real estate business. So he did it for, I think it was 14 years, if I'm not mistaken. And then he did a lot of external and internal accountabilities. He had daily accountability partners, and he would tell everybody about his goals. And it's going to be more in the mindset thing we'll discover. We'll talk about that. He was always worried about his skills. Okay. And he said in the beginning, he practiced 2 hours a day, every day. And then later on in his career, it was 30 minutes per day, 3 days a week. And he used to record himself all the time. Christian, I really like that you're always trying to put more CRM, more people in your database. That was very, very important to him.
Yeah.
I really, really love that he was 100% profit driven, and it was not nothing to do with greed. He just ran his business like a business. And he said later on in his life, he never knew how much his father made per year. And then he found out that his father made like $38,000 a year. He was a forest ranger or something like that. So he wrote this before he found out what his father did. He was 100% bottom line. Okay. Strong mindset, and his mindset a lot to do with his attitude, approach, and expectations. And if you even see Tony Smith nowadays, the energy and enthusiasm is really high, and he believes that energy and enthusiasm will win over skills. But if you have both, you can produce it at a much higher level. He does follow Mike Ferry a lot. So number 8, like Mike Ferry had, I forgot who it was, somebody watching him, and watched Mike Ferry for a day, and he said, if you work for me, I fire you.
That was Mike Vance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Mike Vance.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Tony Smith always had time and motion studies done on himself. He doesn't allow himself to work with buyers ever. Okay, he made that decision, and that he used one coach, Mike Ferry. And that's all he did. But again, that doesn't have to do with us, but that's what he did. He's still's got his business in Apple Valley. And if I'm not mistaken, he's got somebody running for him that he coaches. And he also had a renovation business at the same time.
Nice.
So pretty cool. So let's go to the next one. The next one was this is a Monday mornings with Mike, and they said to him, what do you want me to do? And he came and they said, please do mindset. And he always says, he still says, and he wrote it, I put it down here, the challenge of developing a stronger mindset never goes away, but somehow we need to measure the progress. Remember, I went in the email, this was all you, and I made it to me. So when I'm reading this, this is to me, and that's why I sent it to you guys. And he says if he's not making any progress, it's like a hamster going round and round and round in a wheel. His definition of mindset is simply what's going on in his head at any moment regarding a situation that he's involved with a person who I'm communicating with. And he got that from Earl Nightingale. Okay. So mindset's a particular thing going on in my mind about a situation, a person, a thing that I am dealing with. Okay. Number C, people, before I get there, people confuse mindset and motivation. So when they'll call Tony and say, I need you to help me with my mindset. And they go, well, the mindset about prospecting, and they'll go, yeah. And he goes, well, that's not a mindset thing. That's a motivation thing. Completely different. So he really separates mindset and motivation. Number one, on subparagraph C, the very hard question that he says is that if I do not need money, how do I stay highly motivated? And he talks about Mike Ferry. That Mike Ferry, doesn't need the money, but he's always making his business better and better, and he's always highly motivated every single day. So that's being highly motivated is a big thing. Once we get to a certain point that we don't need the money, how do we stay there? Okay. And now I put in yellow for you guys. What is your answer for that?
Famous.
What?
And I was reading here, one of his motivations is being infamous.
No, that's me.
Ah, okay.
I you know what it is? This is mine. Okay. So this is mine. I sent you a different one. I put on the one that I sent you guys, it's yellow. For me, it'd be recognition of being one of the best agents and infamous.
Excellent.
That's me. I never ever want to be a person that I can't go out and say, look at that guy, or I could. It's funny that you guys.
They say, look at that fucking guy.
Yeah, you know what it is. I said I put the wrong one up, but I don't ever want to be one of those guys on the stage with Mike Ferry. I never want to be one of those guys that Mike Ferry asked me, what do I, how many deals, what do I drive, this and that. I'm kind of a personal person. I have my own drive. I don't need that. So for me, maybe a recognition that people say he's a really good agent. He does really well, but I don't want anybody to point me out. Okay. On the ones I sent you, it's yellowed in, so you guys can write in what it is for you. Okay.
Something real quick. There's a book. I hope everybody have reading it. Is Relentless by Tim Grover. In one point, he speaks about our dark side, the dark side of our personality, and he talks about all of this, which is finding our real motivation. For some people it's money, so for some people it's recognition, as you said. For some other people it's to being infamous because of your results. For other people is sex drive. It's like everybody, he wants everybody to be with him, being man, being woman, whatever it is. And it's really good and really important to find what is your real motivation, and most of us don't know.
At one point, we said we're going to read a book a month. Have you figured out what book we're going to read yet?
If you want, as I told you on the group, I am at this point I'm reading Relentless again and Spartan Up again. I can switch between books without a problem. And because I try to read both of them every 6 months because they really motivates me to go on. But if you guys want to pick a book, we can do it.
I brought up last week that we should start at the bottom, and probably the most famous book, Think and Grow Rich by Earl Nightingale.
Yeah.
I think that book for us, just beginning a group, might be good, but that's only my vote. We just pick one book and read it.
We can go with. I'm okay with going with Think and Grow Rich again. I don't know the rest of the group.
What do you guys say?
I'm okay with that as well.
I'm okay with that. I read that at least once every year anyway, so I'm overdue to read it again.
This is another great book.
That's a fantastic book.
Okay, so then why don't we do this? The one that you just showed us, Christian, we'll read next month.
Okay.
Okay, so can you just text it to everybody? Was a fanatic?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Gonna do this one for next month. Sounds good.
Okay, yeah, just
Now
text it,
between the 15th of September, now through 15th of September, we need to read Think and Grow Rich. So on the
Okay.
15th or closer, we can talk about it. Sounds good?
Yeah, remember, I'm gone the first 2 weeks of September. I told you that from the beginning.
Okay.
So if you want to do it the week after, I'd be more than happy to. Let me get going, guys, because I'm running
Yes,
out of
finish
time.
with this. Sorry.
And Christian, you just said that from the book that you were talking about with Grover, or where do I specifically need to straighten my mindset? Okay. We must get in a position to stop wasting any time at all on things we cannot control. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We can't control it. We just got to get away from it. Number 4 was written at the beginning of the year. And this is when we came out of that great year with the pandemic, and people, you know, really stopped prospecting. They stopped working a lot. So this is where Tony's concerned, that in the beginning of the year, that the number 1 through 4 was stuff that he was having. Okay. He always says, never compare yourself with anybody. Your fight is against your business plan. You need to have your business plan out. If your like Mike Ferry says, if your business plan in your desk is the only smart one. Okay. We all need mentors. You know, some of us have a coach, some of us don't. We should get 3 or 4 agents to emulate. Christian did a great job with this. This group has been really good. Excuse me?
Thank you.
No, I've been trying to get in this group for 2 years.
No, the thing is that I did it again now because the last one ended up like about 6 months ago, you know.
So you gentlemen know, I call him Rico Suave, okay? So Rico Suave, thank you. He's my friend, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to take 1 second to say something. When I first started thinking about doing this, what that man did for me, he even took pictures of his cockpit. I didn't even know what Mike Ferry was about. So I owe him, and one day we'll be even. But I thank you again, Christian, and I've told you that numerous times.
We are, my friend. You're great.
How can I stop resisting changes that I need to make? Some people make changes to the surface, but they don't effectively make that change. One thing about Tony Smith, he played defensive back in college, so he was coached, and he was always been coached. So someone tells him to do something, he makes the changes on the surface and also subsurface. It is not possible to get strong if I do not change some of my behaviors. Reading a bunch of books is really good. Okay, this is really, you know, to me here. So I think reading is really good. Number F, the next page, the one place that he made a decision not to fall down anymore was prospecting. So that's what he did. That's why he prospected for 14 years. Okay. And he says that somewhere in here, he says, if you really want to get your mindset strong, just do massive action. Okay. His summary version, this is wild what he used to do. He used to hang $3,100 bills across his office. Okay. And if he didn't make his 30 contacts, okay, his assistants were to come into his office and pull the $100 bills off. Okay. And they would take the money. Sometimes he would do I have to do 2 listing appointments. Once, sometimes he would do 1 and done. I get an appointment, I don't have to prospect anymore. That was the next one. He would do competition with agents. He put $1,000 in the hat, and the one with the most listings at the end of the month got all the money. Okay.
Can I add one real quick?
Yeah, whatever you want. It's your show, kid.
No, it's yours today. Pick an agent you hate, the agent you hate the most, and if you don't do the 30 contacts in a day, just send them in a letter with $100 saying you have been a great inspiration to me, and every day I wake up to work and be like you. Here's $100 to pay for the best lunch you can have today.
Well, Christian, I'm Italian. I would send him a bag of dead fish. Okay. Tony Smith, he said he could never stay accountable for anything for 5 or 6 months. So what he did, he got motivated 1 month at a time. Okay, that's how he broke his gigantic goals into little goals. That's why you got some people have daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals. That was Tony Smith. He did everything in 1 month at a time. You got to forget what is fair and is unfair. That's just life. Okay. Yep. Some of us weren't born trust fund kids. And I think we're all lucky we weren't born trust fund kids, because a lot of the trust fund kids don't know what it is to be genuine and really happy and everything else. We got to stop pleasing everyone we're communicating with. Like he talks about, he's talking about this one person that he tried to get the listing, and he tried to get the listing, and tried to get the listing. The guy says he's going to clean the garage, clean the garage, clean the garage. And finally he goes, listen, we're going to list the property. You're never going to clean the garage. Okay, so we're going to list the property. And he got the listing. And the guy never cleaned the garage, and he sold the property. If you really want to be strong mentally, massive action is the secret. Okay. And if we do our job exactly as written and do that for 90 straight days, imagine what would happen. Massive action is the secret to a strong mindset. And when I'm getting stuff done, I have listing an appointment, my schedule is packed. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's exhausting, but I do not have problems with my mindset. So that's Tony Smith, guys.
Love it.
So you got your own version that you don't have to see that. I can't believe I put that up there. Christian, I'm embarrassed. I feel like putting my head in the sand like an ostrich.
Robert, are you still part of Mornings with Mike?
No, I don't do Mornings with Mike, but I'm part of a Mastermind book club, and there's a few people that are in it, and they're always sharing stuff with me.
Yeah. How do we get in there?
Mornings with Mike, you can pay for it and get in there. I think it's
No,
$300.
the book group you're in.
It's only 5 of us in the book group.
Okay.
I'll ask, but it's 5. It's only 5 of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Because more than 6 is a problem. Always.
We're really tight. You guys would really make the group great. I've only been in it for about 8 months, and I already brought one person in, But Brandon, I will talk to somebody that I know in that group and see
Okay.
if they want to. It's what it is. It's every Tuesday at 12 o'clock.
Okay,
And I tell you something, they got us reading this. I can talk the way I want, right, Christian?
Yeah, of course.
I'm reading this fucking book here.
We have
Okay.
30 minutes.
That's called The Stress of Life. And you think I'm going back to medical school. I can't even tell you. But we've read some great books, but this one here is really tough. So, but I will definitely talk to them. I do get stuff like this all the time. So I either share it with you, or if you guys ever want me to do one of these again, I think you're better off if I didn't. But I will share all this crazy stuff with you.
man, the biggest point for me in this is 7A, the last line. So guilt is just washing it all away every day because I simply do not do the things that I am supposed to do.
Yep.
Wow.
Tony Smith is a hell of a guy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to him about everything. I talked to him about his favorite college teams, football teams. Last thing about Tony Smith, because I'm supposed to be in a meeting. Tony Smith in his house when he lived in California. Now he lives in Vegas. He made a little like pagoda in the back of his house, and he would go there by himself and he would write thoughts down to himself, and he would ask himself questions and stuff. The guy is really full of mind. He's the guy who's going to run Mike Ferry one of these days. Gentlemen, I'm sorry to hit and run. Christian, I thank you for everything.
No, thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll always keep on sending you stuff.
Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate it.
Brandon,
Thank you,
I love
Robert.
your enthusiasm. You guys have a wonderful day. Sorry to hit and run. I really am.
No,
You
no
too.
problem at all.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. For the rest of us, anyone has any comment or anything about what Robert just presented?
Yeah, like this one thing is like, okay, I need to like commit to mornings with Mike. I need to sign up. Like, this one thing, this one takeaway. I mean, how many times do I lose motivation and not understanding why my mindset isn't great? Well, it's because I'm making commitments and I'm not doing those commitments I'm making, like I've been wanting to go exercise and go to the gym for the last year and a half, haven't made the commitment. So every day I'm feeling guilty that I'm not working out. And now that I'm going to the gym, doing this simple thing that I don't want to do, now I don't have that guilt. So now my mindset is better. Now I'm feeling better. It goes hand in hand. And I haven't been able to connect the two until reading it, right here, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
me-
I have a team. I have a team now. I'm a mentor in my brokerage. So I'm mentoring like about 8 agents, right? And one of the struggle that I find the most, and is the primary way to start building your business, is actually doing prospecting every single morning. It's like if you ask me, what should I do? It's like just do fucking 4 hours of prospecting and everything will change. You're going to start learning. And they said, but I need to know the market. I need to go preview property. If you do 4 hours a day of prospecting, at some point in a few months, somebody's going to tell you an address and you are going to have an idea for how much that property is going to get sold for.
Hey, Christian, so how do you realize that? When do you realize that making 3 to 4 hours calls for 3 to 4 hours was connected with the success of the business? How did that happen to you?
How long do you have question number one, are you in coaching?
Yeah.
Okay. Since how long?
I just started coaching about 6 months ago.
Okay.
The reason I ask you that is I did realize that as well, but it seems like for some people, they don't realize it because they don't put the time, they don't give the time to actually do it and wait for and get the results. And I wanted to know if it's the same for you.
Imagine, you already noticed that English is not my main language, right? So my English is not perfect as I want it to be. It's not as bad either, but it's not as good as I want it to be. So it took me 6 months to get my first listing. it was fucking frustrating for me.
Mhm.
Because I was prospecting every single day for 4 or 5 hours, and I took my first listing 6 months after being in coaching, because 6 years ago my English was even worse, you know. So you can imagine. I even had to develop an objection handler for people who doesn't speak good English. It's like if I'm talking with someone and I feel like they are getting frustrated, I say, yeah, I notice, I'm pretty sure you noticed that English is not my main language, right? And American people is like, yeah, I know this. Yeah, I know. And I say, okay, so we live in Miami, you know that 50% of the buyers looking out for properties like yours are Hispanic, and I speak Spanish.
Smart.
So now, what would you prefer, to work with someone who only speak English and show your property to 50% of the market, or open up your market to 100% of the buyers, where 50% of them with way more money speak Spanish?
Yeah.
You know, so when I realized that it's all about what you do, is when in one of my first trainings, I've been in coaching for 5 years, right? And then I quit because I noticed that my ceiling was what I was not doing. And for the last year with my coach, my last year in coaching was all about why you didn't do this, why you didn't do this, why you didn't do this. And I say, I'm working 10, 12 hours a day and I still cannot do it. So fuck, this is my ceiling here.
Mhm.
I have to break it myself, so that's why I left coaching. All the rest, I know everything. I've been doing role play for 6 years with totally different people. I have been chanting my scripts every single day. I have been writing down the objection handlers and the scripts every single day. So, but the only thing that I notice it makes a real difference is doing prospecting every single day for 4 hours. And I noticed on this first training, in which Mike Ferry said that even if you don't know what to say, but if you call people during 4 hours a day, every single day, and you just say, hi, how are you? Are you thinking about selling your home or purchasing a home? I'm not thinking of nothing. Perfect. Next one. Hi, how are you? My name is Christian Ferreira. I'm a real estate agent. Are you thinking of buying or selling now? No. Perfect. And if you do just that, I did it for 2 days just as a joke to myself, and I got 3 really good leads and 1 listing. Not even
Wow.
using the scripts.
Yeah.
It's like you just try it for 1 day as a joke. So, today I'm just going to call people and I'm going to say, hi, how are you? I'm Christian Ferreira, your local real estate agent. I'm just going to ask you a simple question. Are you thinking about purchasing a property or selling a property within the next 30 days? No, thank you. I'm pretty sure that you will make any real estate move within the next 10 years. Do you mind if I ask you for your email address so I can send you my information so you can contact me when you need me? Yes, sure. Okay, perfect. That's it. That's how I get almost an average 7 to 10 new people in my database every single day.
Good. Thanks for that.
No, don't worry. And actually, I'm trying not to do only Mike Ferry stuff, but adding some other things. Like for example, I something that my coaches never taught me. You can do whatever you can do and actually spend $1,000 in Zillow that will bring you 1 sale every 2 months. So for every $2,000 you spend, you're gonna get 1 sale back. That's a lot of money.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
You can even pay for coaching with that.
Yeah. Where in Miami are you at?
Miami-Dade and Broward. How about you?
I'm in Houston, Texas. But
Okay.
I used to live in Miami. Miami Lakes.
I have my office in Miami Lakes.
Oh, good.
So come here and we can work together. You're
For
gonna
sure.
love it here. And
Mateus, how are you finding coaching one-on-one? How are you finding it?
I find that my biggest help with coaching is the fact that I know that I'm paying for it is making me work harder.
Okay,
I think the coach itself is about 20% of the value what I'm getting, and the rest is getting the messages from Mike every day, reading that. He helps out in the middle of the day, and also listening in my car. The audio thing that he sent me with all the stuff is helping out. So I think it's good. My business improved a little bit since I started coaching, and I don't think it's 100% necessary, but I think it's a good thing to have, especially the fact that you're paying for it. Is I pay for nutritional coaching for me, my gym, and a coach that trains me every day in weights and physical movement. So I do understand that having a coach definitely helps here for sure, 100%. So that's why I took that same idea and I applied it into the business and see how it can help me. And so far, I'll say it's helped me a little bit.
can I give you a tip that changed my business? Right
Yeah.
now, there's a course that Ron Cronin is about to give. I think it's 16 weeks that costs $250 a month. Just do that.
which one? The Adapt or which one?
No, it's one that is called, when I did it like 3 years ago, it was called Prospecting with Ron Cronin. It fucking blew my mind. I would change 5 years of coaching just for that course.
And how you said it's 250 for 6 weeks?
No, 16 weeks, 250 per month,
Per month.
3-4 months. But believe me, do it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
That is what is gonna really blow your mind. And then consider other things. For example, when you're doing prospecting, not only do it for the appointments or to get leads. All right. If you get to talk with 30 people, there's no reason why 10 of them at least should be transferred to your database. All right.
Prospecting system,
Yeah.
16 power packed 40-minute group calls with Q&A and live role plays. Start date August 15th. Oh, it's already started.
August 15th. Yes. Yeah. But the first one is an introduction. The
Okay,
first day is like, okay, what we're gonna do is this, that, and this, and that, and you can get you can ask for the first call. Then I'm gonna give you a tip that Mike Ferry is gonna hate me to give you. Get a system like Deveoping to record.
oh yeah,
To
I
record it.
record everything I can.
So every time you get one of those classes, you record it.
Right.
You make your notes, you get their notes, and you put it all together in a system, because tomorrow you're going to have 10 agents working with you and you're going to need it.
Right, right.
All right. But try to do this. Now, you both have a CRM, right?
Yeah, I use Follow Boss.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. So every day you do prospecting, try to get 10 people into your database. If you cannot get the appointment, instead of saying, okay, fuck you and hang up, just say, okay, perfect. I know that during the next 10 years, you're going to buy a property, you're going to sell a property, you're going to rent out a property you have, and I want to be your primary real estate resource for whatever you need. Do you mind if I send you my information by email? No. Okay, perfect. Boom. And then you add them to your database with a market report every single month, and whatever other campaigns you have, holidays, daytime savings, whatever you have, you put them in all of them. Birthday, and just do this number. 10 people every day for 1 week is 50 people. is almost 250 people per month. So every 4 months, you're gonna have 1,000 new people in your database. Once you
Wow.
have 10,000 people in your database, it's like you're gonna be working like this.
Interesting.
No more expires, no more for sale by owners. You're just gonna spend 4 hours a day having the nicest conversations ever in your life with your past clients or center of influence.
Right.
And then you can pay someone else, you know, $800 per month to do 4 hours of prospecting for you and getting you one appointment with expireds and for sale by owners.
Mhm.
I know people paying 4 people, getting 4 appointments per day, getting 1 to 2 listings per day. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going there. That's my plan for my team.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, thank you guys. If
Thank
anything,
you guys. This is great.
okay, I'm gonna send you a recording later. All right.
Okay, awesome. Thanks,
That'll
Richard.
work.
See you guys, yes.
Bye.
Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Thanks. See you. Please.